First things first, let's turn this on. There are buttons back here. Oh, that was nice, actually. I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Here we go. Let's turn this on. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait. Of course, there's no picture. Because there's no damn HDMI. So, we did the unboxing for the shock mount. We did the unboxing for the 4K camera. We did the unboxing for the Yamaha mixer. And I have the review coming up. Or, I guess the in-depth analysis of it. And then we did the tripod. I guess that's good, huh? Right? Oh, yeah. I got a new desktop. Let's check it out. As far as I'm aware, it's an Asus desktop. And got it for a pretty good deal. It is a monitor, 24-inch 1080p full desktop with an i7 processor, 7700 series, I believe. Does have a keyboard and mouse, and let's get into it. There's a mouse pad. I have that here. Pretty big. Oh wow, that's pretty gorgeous. Not sure if you'll see that, but it's actually pretty big. I'll show how it looks once I get the table up and my table cleaned up. But let's see. Got that keyboard here. Pretty nice. It's got a little level button there. That's pretty cool. As I said, it has a i7-7700 processor, 16 gigs RAM, DDR4, Nvidia GTX 1070 with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. So this actually can do virtual reality. 512 gigabytes of solid state drive, M.2. I don't know about that SATA. That SATA seems kind of tricky, but M.2 is good. If it says SATA, that's not the fastest it can be, so I'm gonna look into that. It has a DVD drive, you know, that's good, I guess. I don't really need that. So it's an Ethernet cable. It also does wireless and Bluetooth, so that's pretty neat. Oh, okay. There goes the monitor. So like I mentioned, it is 24 inches, so it's 1080p. We'll open that in just a moment. Okay, so there's the mouse. So a mouse keyboard. Audio cables. I guess that's some of that internal connection stuff, SATA connections and whatnot. Oh boy. Power cable. So 2 ports. More power cable. More power cables. More power cables. HDMI cable. VGA cable. That's kind of old. More power cables. Sticker. Yay. This is it right here. Actually, maybe. This is the desktop. It's got a graphics card. i7, it's Windows based. I actually bought this clearance at a store for an amazing price. I believe this is a $2,200 computer. I bought it because actually it's damaged right here, which messes with some of the plastic over here on this side. So Yeah, but I already took it apart at the store. I can actually open this up a little bit and kind of show you what I've. Anyways, guys, I'll do more of the unboxing, so I'll be back. All right, so when you unbox this and you take it apart, a couple of things. Just make sure you look at the top, and there's gonna be like one over here and one on the other side, somewhere here. There are screws. You need to pop a screw out, and I think you can kind of see like the placement where one was. Well, like I said, when this was dropped, it was damaged. It really messed this up. Like the screw is busted where the places it would be at on my machine. You can see that broken. Actually, I don't think you can. Hold on. Yeah, so you can see that mine was broken. So there's a wire that comes out. As soon as you take it out, make sure you try to be careful when you pick this up, because you gotta shove it over a little bit, pop it over to the left. But there's a little wire that's connected. Make sure you take that apart. There's gonna be a few screws you gotta take apart from here to be able to remove the graphics card and see what you're doing. You'll see them here on the sides. So let me go ahead and start doing that. Alrighty, so I have removed the interior. That's the CD drive, physical CD drive chassis. The second drive would have been, that's the graphics card, radiator. One thing when you guys take all these screws off, don't be afraid. There's going to be like a little sticky things on this heat vent exhaust. You just got to peel it off a little bit. So in case you try to get to the part where you're like, man, I can't take this off, you just got to peel this off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's gonna be hard as crap to probably get this back on here, because it was kind of stuck in here firm. Almost felt like I was breaking stuff. But there's the M.2 connection. They have two of them, one right next to it. It looks like an octane, which is what the Intel's talking about they're releasing. But anyways, there's two of them here. I'm trying to see what else they got in here. It is a smaller one though, so that definitely has to be a smaller SSD in there. But there's your RAM, so you can have access to it. You'd have to get this out of the way in order to be able to actually get to it. But you know, your PCI Express slot, which is being used for your graphics card, SATA connection port, which I'm trying to figure out, where does a physical hard drive actually stay? I'm assuming that's what this is for, but that was for the CD drive, so I thought that was weird. But I don't know. But I do see one here. Anyways, I just wanted to do this unboxing for you, just in case if you have this new model number here. What is it? The 20GCI, I think is what it is. So yes, you can put an SATA, I mean M.2. You can put more RAM. There's the CPU. Clearly you can upgrade it. Somehow you can put an internal hard drive in here, but it's kind of just strange how they have all this laid out. But yeah, you can if you want. So alright guys, thanks, take care. Of the fan, and down below, I'm pretty sure I showed this, there's underneath all this, there's actually the wireless card, which is underneath this, and then underneath that there was a M.2 slot. Problem is they have it labeled that way, but it's too short. So I'm gonna eventually just turn it into a SSD slot. Next to it is a SSD slot, which, by the way, has a be careful when you're removing it, because they put a pink residue there, so it's kind of hard to almost get. It almost feels like it's soldered on, but it's not. You just got to get underneath it. I use something like this to get underneath it and pop it out. It's actually a I think it's a Sandisk SSD that they have in there. The RAM was over here when you lift it. Over there on this side was there's two slots. It starts with a 16 gigabyte. It's actually a Samsung SSD. I have been able to bootleg a couple of things. Number one, it's interesting how there are these slots right here, which they give you these cables to come with it, by the way, so don't throw these away. You'll need them. They're extra cables to hook up your if you want to put in additional drives. Like the way they have this set up is supposed to be a big hard drive, something like what's inside this box here. So but I'm using this for something else, but it's a 3.5 bay. So I just went ahead and put a 2.5 in there. Have it connected with the power supply for the hard drive and the data cable. This is where it got really interesting and complicated for me. So there's one SATA cable port right here, and then on the other side over here there's one right over here. There's one power cable that goes right here, and then there's one power cable that's underneath here, which is what you see here, and then there's another SATA cable that runs right next to it. What's interesting is this SATA cable has nothing to power it. So luckily for me, I had already bootlegged my PlayStation 4, so I have a female SATA to male SATA cable that I'm running inside the actual machine. I removed the CD drive, which is this right here, and I'm just gonna run an external cable right here, female SATA, and I already have an external power module, which is or molar is what they call it, which is right here. So I'll be able to externally power an internal hard drive. So that's pretty cool. So in total, you can put in one SSD, two SSD total. So two M.2 SSDs, which are underneath this. And then out here internally, if you just go off of what they have, you can power two SATA connected products. However, there is an extra port that's not being used. So if you rig it up like the way I do, you can actually run 3 SATA internal drives on this machine. So in total, you can have 5 drives all connected to this machine. And eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the I'm gonna upgrade the M.2s that are inside. I would love to use the Octane, but I don't know how that's gonna work. But for sure, the one that's in there, I'd like to upgrade that into a 950 Pro 512 gigabyte M.2. I would like to then either have that Octane be upgraded as an SSD. If it doesn't, then I will upgrade with it the Octane once they release the right option. If it is going to be the Intel Octane M.2, then I'm most likely going to upgrade this bay right here. Or actually, maybe this bay right here, this bay down here, into an SATA connected SSD. And then, or actually, no, I will probably make, I'll probably make the external be the SATA SSD, and I'm probably going to make the two internals be like a 2 or 3 terabyte drives that I'm just gonna have things being sent to this drive, and this be the copy drive. So that's probably what I'll do. That's pretty smart. So but anyways, guys, I'm gonna put this back together. It's been really interesting trying to figure this out. Like I said, I don't have a CD tape drive because I took that out, so I'll have an external hard drive. So alrighty, guys, see you later. Alrighty, so here goes the monitor. We got our computer kind of ready. You know, like I said, I did get a clearance computer because it was dented, but all in all, I've already opened it up and verified its internals, and looks like everything's stable. Hopefully everything will work out in the end. Let's go ahead and get started on this monitor. There we go. There's only one way to do this, guys. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, my goodness. Check that out. Yeah, that's pretty big. To put in perspective, here's a PlayStation controller. So, it's 24 inches. It's pretty big. It's got this swivel thing going on in the back here. So, let me assemble it because I think the base is over here. So, but I can show you what's at least on here. I mean, I know for a fact there's a HDMI, 2 HDMIs, VGA, a power cable, some headphone jacks, I think. So let me set this up and we'll see how this looks when the computer's up and running. Alright, let's see what's gonna happen here. Let's see if this is gonna be good. So we got the monitor, we got the keyboard, we got the mouse, the computer. Don't have the mouse pad up yet because I really gotta clean this up, but this is just a test run and see how it works. So, oh yes, success. By the way, there's no gray darkness from where I'm at, just so you know. That doesn't look like that. So I'm gonna set this up and I'll be back. So looks like I'm getting it done right now. Let's see how fast this SSD is. There's a little bit of noise coming from the fan, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not too worried about it. I think it's cool. This is my first time, like I said, having a desktop since I'm purchasing one in 2006, but you really having one in my home. My last time I was able to use my desktop was in 2012 when it died. I had originally bought a quad-core processor. I think it was originally an AMD, and then I changed to Intel. But I remember, excuse me. I remember I had I think I had a Quattro GTX graphics card in there. And I had two 500 gigabyte hard drives, so 1 terabyte. And I remember, oh look at that, it's already ready for an update. So anyways, yeah, it's just it was good. It was a great college computer, but I'll be back once it's ready. Or actually, I guess. Damn, man, you're getting loud as crap. Maybe this would be a good example of CS to my desktop. Oh, look at that. Alright. Wow. This is pretty interesting. Well, I'll definitely be customizing this to my likings. And oh my goodness, it's 3 a.m. I gotta get ready to go to work. Alright guys, y'all take care, and I'll follow with you with this tomorrow. And I'll finish setting up hopefully some software, because definitely need that in order to have fun. But this is pretty amazing. Alrighty guys, thank you.